Welcome back to our channel for another deep dive into the scandalous, ever-evolving world of the bold and the beautiful. Today is a fantastic day to unpack the latest, most explosive drama hitting Los Angeles, where corporate sabotage and romantic betrayals are colliding in spectacular fashion. The Spencer family is currently navigating a treacherous minefield, and we have all the thrilling details you need to prepare for the upcoming episodes. Let us jump right into the heart of the action. The Spencer family is currently navigating a treacherous minefield of corporate sabotage and personal heartbreak. The fallout from Hope Logan Spencer's shocking defection to Logan Creations has already fractured the Forrester and Spencer dynasties. But an entirely new, deeply personal war is brewing within the walls of the Spencer empire itself. At the center of this impending explosion is the young, vulnerable Will Spencer, his fiercely protective mother Katie Logan, his older brother Wyatt Spencer, and the calculating, ambitious Melissa Dillon. The stakes have never been higher as a dangerous game of manipulation, seduction, and hidden agendas threatens to tear the Spencer brothers apart and plunge the entire family into unprecedented chaos. To understand the gravity of the current crisis, we must first look back at Will Spencer's devastating downward spiral. Following his violent physical altercation with R.J. Forrester at the Bikini Bar, a brutal brawl that tragically resulted in the Forrester patriarch, Eric Forrester, taking a severe blow to the face. Will's life completely imploded. Electra Forrester, horrified by the violence and Will's deception regarding Logan's corporate secrets, permanently ended their relationship. Stripped of his romance and ruthlessly banished from the Forrester family's good graces by a furious Eric, Will sank into a deep, dark depression. He became a fractured, emotionally fragile young man desperately searching for a lifeline, making him the perfect prey for an opportunist waiting in the shadows. Enter Melissa Dillon. Shedding her previous innocent facade, Dillon immediately recognized the immense strategic advantage in Will's profound vulnerability. Rumors of her being a calculating gold digger have swirled around Forrester Creations for weeks, and her recent actions have only solidified those dark suspicions. Dillon wasted no time in swooping in to comfort the devastated Spencer heir. Capitalizing on his heartbreak and desperate need for validation, she successfully orchestrated a romantic rebound that culminated in a passionate, intimate night at Will's beach house. For Dillon, this was not a move born of pure, unadulterated romance. It was a highly calculated maneuver to secure her status and wealth by tethering herself to the powerful Spencer legacy. Katie Logan has watched this toxic dynamic unfold with sheer, unadulterated horror. As a fiercely protective mother, Katie's maternal instincts immediately flared the moment Dillon began circling her son like a vulture. Katie knows a manipulator when she sees one, and she has vehemently opposed this pairing from the very start. Her deep-seated suspicions have already prompted her to launch a fierce, relentless investigation into Dillon's dark and mysterious past, desperately searching for any connection to the tragic fate of Luna Nozawa. Katie is terrified that Dillon is using Will as a mere stepping stone, exploiting his fragile mental state to infiltrate the Spencer family fortune and secure a permanent place in high society. Wyatt Spencer, acting as the observant and fiercely protective older brother, has also been keeping a very close eye on Will's rapid descent into emotional ruin. Wyatt previously attempted to intervene with blunt, tough love advice, aggressively urging Will to move on from Electra and warning him about the toxic, doomed history of Spencer Forrester romances. However, Wyatt's words fell on deaf ears. Will's intoxicating rebound with Dillon has only deepened his older brother's profound concerns. Wyatt sees exactly what Katie sees. Melissa Dillon is a highly ambitious, cunning opportunist who is expertly pulling the strings of a young man blinded by grief and alcohol to recognize the severe danger he is in. Realizing that conventional advice is utterly useless against Dylan's potent manipulation, Wyatt decides it is time to employ a much more drastic, high-stakes strategy. Wyatt formulates a bold, dangerous plan to protect his younger brother from certain heartbreak. He will use his own undeniable Spencer charm, wealth, and charisma to target Melissa Dillon directly. Wyatt's objective is simple yet incredibly risky. He intends to seduce Dillon, distracting her and pulling her away from Will entirely. By offering himself as the ultimate prize, Wyatt hopes to expose Dillon's true gold-digging nature to Will, proving once and for all that she is only interested in the Spencer name and bank account rather than any genuine emotional connection. Wyatt's strategy is rooted in a deep, cynical psychological assessment of Melissa Dillon's character. He firmly believes that an ambitious, socially climbing woman like Dillon will invariably be drawn to the most lucrative and powerful opportunity in the room. In Wyatt's mind, while Will is a wealthy heir, he is currently a broken, emotionally needy young man struggling to find his footing. Wyatt, on the other hand, presents himself as the finished product, an older, mature, established, and immensely powerful Spencer man who exudes confidence, authority, and limitless financial resources. Wyatt is betting everything on the assumption that Dillon's greed and ambition will compel her to abandon the vulnerable younger brother for the more powerful, established older brother. The execution of this dangerous plan begins with Wyatt deliberately inserting himself into Dillon's daily orbit. He approaches her with the trademark Spencer swagger, turning on the charm that has historically captivated women like Sally Spectra, Flo Fulton, and even Hope Logan in the past. Wyatt orchestrates seemingly coincidental run-ins at Forrester Creations and the Bikini Bar, offering Dillon compliments laced with underlying challenges and projecting an aura of immense wealth and influence. He subtly flexes his corporate power, making sure Dillon is acutely aware of the vast resources and elite status he commands within the Spencer empire, painting a picture of a luxurious life that Will simply cannot provide at this stage in his life. During these carefully constructed encounters, Wyatt lays the intricate groundwork for his trap. He speaks to Dillon not as an equal to Will, but as a woman who deserves a man who can truly navigate the ruthless upper echelons of Los Angeles society with ease. He subtly undermines Will's maturity and emotional stability, positioning himself as the sophisticated, reliable alternative. Wyatt utilizes every tool in his arsenal: his intense gaze, his quick wit, and his undeniable physical appeal to draw Dillon into his seductive web. He fully expects her to quickly take the bait, anticipating that her eyes will light up with dollar signs at the prospect of upgrading her Spencer target to a higher tier of power. However, Wyatt commits the fatal error of severely underestimating Melissa Dillon's intelligence, intuition, and survival instincts. Dillon is no ordinary, easily manipulated opportunist. She is a master manipulator in her own right. Almost immediately, her sharp instincts detect the underlying motive beneath Wyatt's sudden, intense romantic interest. She sees right through the fake white knight routine and instantly recognizes that Wyatt is attempting to play her in order to protect his younger brother from her clutches. But rather than retreating, acting offended, or exposing his plot, Dillon makes a brilliant, highly calculated decision that completely flips the script. She decides to play along and engage him on his own terms. What ensues is a mesmerizing, high-stakes game of cat and mouse between two incredibly cunning and attractive individuals. Dillon matches Wyatt's flirtation step for step, parrying his charming advances with her own sharp wit, mysterious smiles, and seductive allure. She gives him just enough encouragement to make him believe his plan is working flawlessly, while simultaneously keeping him off balance with unpredictable, enigmatic behavior. Dillon masterfully manipulates the dynamic, slowly transforming Wyatt from the confident predator into the unsuspecting prey. She challenges his intellect, intrigues his mind, and refuses to be easily conquered, turning Wyatt's fake seduction into a thrilling, addictive psychological battlefield. As this intricate cat-and-mouse game intensifies, a shocking and entirely unexpected complication arises that threatens to destroy everything. Wyatt, who entered this situation with the sole, clinical intention of neutralizing a threat to his brother, begins to experience a profound and terrifying shift in his own emotions. The more time he spends sparring with Dylan, the more he finds himself genuinely captivated by her complex nature. Her intelligence, her audacity, her unapologetic ambition, and the sheer thrill of their intellectual combat begin to chip away at his carefully constructed defenses. Wyatt's fake flirtation slowly, terrifyingly, morphs into a genuine, undeniable, and overwhelming romantic attraction that he cannot control. Wyatt is suddenly plunged into a fierce, agonizing internal war that threatens to tear his conscience apart. He is horrified by his own developing feelings for a woman he knows is toxic, a woman he specifically set out to destroy for the sake of his family's well-being. Yet, he cannot deny the intoxicating chemistry that crackles between them every time they share a room or exchange a knowing glance. Wyatt finds himself eagerly anticipating their encounters, his mind consumed by thoughts of the very woman who is currently sharing his younger brother's bed. The line between his protective mission and his own selfish personal desire becomes dangerously, hopelessly blurred, leaving Wyatt trapped in a seductive web of his own making. In the incestuous, highly scrutinized world of Los Angeles high society, secrets of this explosive magnitude cannot remain hidden in the shadows for long. It is only a matter of time before Will Spencer discovers the shocking, devastating truth about his older brother's clandestine interactions with his new lover. Whether through a misplaced text message, an overheard conversation at Spencer Publications, or Dylan deliberately orchestrating a reveal to maximize the emotional chaos, the devastating reality comes crashing down on Will with the force of a wrecking ball. The betrayal cuts deeper than anything he has ever experienced, leaving him breathless and furious. The discovery ignites an explosive, volcanic confrontation between the Spencer brothers that will shake the very foundations of their family. Will, already a volatile powder keg of raw emotion, unresolved anger, and deep-seated insecurities, unleashes his absolute fury on Wyatt. Accusations of betrayal, jealousy, and extreme hypocrisy fly across the room as the brothers engage in a fierce, deeply personal war. Wyatt desperately attempts to explain his original, noble intentions, pleading that he was only trying to prove Dylan was a manipulative gold digger, but his arguments fall completely flat when Will challenges him to look him in the eye and deny his current, genuine feelings for her. The sacred bond of brotherhood is pushed to its absolute breaking point, fractured by the machinations of a single, calculating woman. For Katie Logan Spencer, this unfolding tragedy is the terrifying realization of her absolute worst nightmare coming to life. Watching her beloved son Will spiral into violence and depression after his breakup with Elektra was agonizing enough. But seeing the Spencer family tear itself apart from the inside out over Melissa Dylan pushes Katie to the brink of a total panic attack. She is horrified, disgusted, and deeply terrified to witness both of the Spencer men, her son and her stepson, become hopelessly entangled in the toxic, manipulative web woven by this incredibly dangerous woman. Katie realizes that Dylan is no longer just a fleeting threat to Will's fragile heart. She is a rapidly metastasizing cancer, threatening to destroy the entire Spencer family foundation from within. Driven by a frantic, desperate urgency to save her family, Katie kicks her investigation into Melissa Dylan into high gear, leaving no stone unturned. She knows that the only way to save Will and Wyatt from this mutually destructive path is to uncover the dark, hidden, and potentially criminal truths of Dylan's past. Katie relentlessly digs into Dylan's background, utilizing all of Spencer Publications' vast resources to search for the ultimate smoking gun that will expose her true, villainous nature to the world. The lingering, sinister questions surrounding Dylan's potential involvement in the tragic, untimely death of Luna Nozawa become the absolute focal point of Katie's crusade. She is determined to unearth the skeletons in Dylan's closet and present the undeniable proof before the Spencer brothers completely destroy each other over a woman who is playing them both for absolute fools. The ripple effects of this fierce internal Spencer war will undoubtedly be felt across the entire Los Angeles fashion and business landscape, as Bill Spencer watches his sons engage in a brutal, emotional blood sport over a woman's affections. His own ruthless corporate strategies regarding the newly formed Logan Creations and his ongoing war with Forrester Creations may be severely compromised by the personal chaos erupting within his own house. Bill will be forced to choose between managing his corporate empire and stepping in to prevent his sons from killing each other. Meanwhile, the Forrester family, who recently banished Will for his violent tendencies, will likely view this Spencer family implosion as further undeniable proof of their inherent toxicity and instability, further validating Ridge's declaration of war against the Spencer clan. The battle for Melissa Dillon's affections is clearly no longer just a simple romantic rivalry. It is a powerful catalyst for a massive, multi-family conflict that will leave permanent, devastating scars on everyone involved. As the weeks progress, viewers can expect a masterclass in manipulation, betrayal, and forbidden's desire to unfold on their screens. Will Wyatt's genuine, intoxicating feelings for Dylan completely override his lifelong loyalty to his younger brother? Will Melissa Dillon successfully conquer the Spencer empire by pitting its wealthy heirs against one another in a battle for her heart? And will Katie Logan's desperate, frantic investigation uncover the explosive truth about Luna Nozawa in time to save her family from total annihilation? The stage is beautifully and tragically set for an epic, unforgettable saga of love, lies, and brotherly warfare. Stay tuned to the drama because the tension in Los Angeles is about to reach a boiling point, and absolutely no one is safe from the impending fallout.